All right, we're back again another night working on the square body here at JKR Builds. I thought about it again last night, and instead of throwing a fuel cell or a gas can in the back, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up all the fuel lines to the gas tank and disconnect it where it goes into the carb, run that into a bottle. Then I'm gonna run, I like to call it IV. I'll get a bottle up here, hang it with a wire, gravity feed gas to the carburetor, and I'll pump all the old gas out of the old gas tank instead of dropping it. I've done this a few times. It actually goes pretty quick. I usually use a 20-ounce bottle. About 3 or 4 of those will empty out about a 20-gallon gas tank. So I think we're gonna go ahead and try that, and that'll kind of show us what comes out of the gas tank of the truck to see how bad it is. So we'll go ahead and hook up the IV. I got my McDiver's starter kit down here on the ground, so I'll assemble all this and we'll get these hoses hooked up and we'll see what we can get out of the tank here. All right, take this hose off. Get the gas can out of there. Oh, I'll have to find that line that I cut yesterday. I'm not sure where it went. I don't even see it. Alright. Located the line here. It was tucked up underneath the frame a little bit. When I cut that last night, I kind of put a 45-degree angle cut on it, so make a straight cut. There we go. I think I got her there. We'll move up now to the carb. Alright, now we're going to take this off, the air cleaner. And what we want to do is we can disconnect it right from here with like a longer hose. Actually, I think I'll disconnect it down here a little bit. I'll go right where the hard line is down here. Yeah, more and more I thought about last night. I don't know. Gas tank's already there. You already have a filler neck. I did an old Jeep. I think it was 83 Jeep. Wow, that looks horrible. And just last December, and it did not take much at all to get all that out of the tank. It only took me about, I don't know, 4 20-ounce Mountain Dew bottles and maybe only 45 minutes. So we're gonna try that trick on this truck. This is gonna be my IV hose here. We'll connect that right down here. It's a loose fit, so we'll put a clamp on that. Just like so. I'm gonna have to run in the shop and get a longer hose for my fuel pump so I can get outside of the engine bay into a bottle. I'll go grab that. Alright, I got a longer hose here. And we're gonna disconnect this to the hard line that comes out of the fuel pump. And this is just going to go into a bottle outside of the engine compartment so we can pump whatever's in that gas tank out of there. Just like so. If I can get my clamp down there. That looks pretty good. Let's see if I can not sneak in there and tighten out. Be buzzing me. And next, after this hose is on, we'll be ready to hook up our so-called IV, I call it. I don't know, usually when we save these old vehicles from a barn or out in the field, usually there's no gas or not much gas in the gas tank to get out anyway. So okay, we'll get our MacDiver kit here hooked up. Just a regular old water bottle. Cut the bottom off. Let's see. And what I did is I took the top off another water bottle, just drilled a hole and jammed the hose through here. It doesn't feel like that fits on there, right? My wire. Okay, that's pretty much gonna be the setup. Reach. We still need a little bit longer holes there from the carb. Let me go see if I got long holes yet. I looked everywhere. I could not find my fuel line. I had a roll of it. Do not see it. So we'll just go ahead and we'll just wire this up here like so. Actually, that's gonna work. Ouch. Actually, that should work right there. All right. So what I'm gonna do, it's gonna fill up my so-called IV here. Actually, I got this hooked up backwards. That's not gonna work that way. All right. This is going in the tank. Got all backwards there. And this is gonna go up to my IV here. There we go. Then Mountain Dew bottle. Do the do. Got my gas here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep putting gas up here in the so-called IV here. Then as we start that up, that's going to start sucking the old gas out of the tank. So let's see what we have going on here. Should be ready to go. Battery hooked up. No major leaks. Crazy how that starts right up. Looks like nothing's coming out of the tank. So that's going to tell me that the gas tank is bone dry then. Well, that tells me that the gas tank is bone dry. And we'll see what happens here. That might not be good. The gas tank's been empty for a long time. Alright, we don't have no leaks, that's good. We'll go ahead and start her up again. And we'll see if we can get something coming out of that gas tank. See what happens. Alright, we're getting gas now. Looks pretty brown. Kind of looks like mud water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably run about $15–30 of fresh gas through this. And after that, we'll put 2 filters up by the carb. And as we run it should just keep clearing up as we go. Doesn't seem too bad. Gonna have to shut that off to change out the jug. Kind of smells like, or pretty brown. Actually, it doesn't really look that awfully bad. I think it might only take about 15, 20 more dollars to clean that system out. Okay, I go ahead and I got another jug here. We'll go ahead and start that up and continue on. Sounds like the timing's off just a little bit. Go ahead and put some more gas. Got another jug here. These are jugs I use to put water halfway up to cover my pontoon down. Alright, we'll go ahead and fire that up again. Now, once it gets warmed up, it's a little hard to start. We're about out of gas back here again. I'm gonna compare the old gas to some of the new here just to see what it looks like. It's not bad. I think it's good enough to go ahead and run, so we're gonna stop right there and I'm gonna run up to the station and get 5 gallons, put all the 5 gallons in the tank and hook the fuel pump back up to the carb with a filter, and I think we're gonna be good to go. So what we're gonna do, disconnect OIV here, get rid of that. Let's see, this is my holes that's going in there. We'll just use that since that's already there. I have my fuel filter. So we'll just cut it right there. Doesn't really matter where. See what way my flow is. My flow is going that way. Always got to make sure your flow is going the right direction. Another clamp here. Alright. Now all we have to do is hook up the other side of the filter. Another clamp. And there we go. We are hooked back up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that whole gas can, 5 gallons, in the back now. We'll just go ahead, we'll put the whole 5 gallons in. That way, whatever little bit of gas in there will mix with it and they'll help burn it. There we go. I have 5 gallons of fresh gas in it. What I'm gonna want to do now is I kind of made a mistake when I ran up to the gas station. I didn't think of dumping out that IV bottle I had, and it looks like y'all leaked into the carb. It might have bypassed it, and I do not want to take a chance of hydraulicking the motor, hydraulicking the engine. That's when the cylinders will fill up with gas. If it gets a little spark, it'll go boom and you can bend the rod. So I think what I want to do is disconnect that spark plug back there and crank it over a few times just to make sure. Alright, oh, crank over easy, make sure it's not hard crank. Sounds like it's gonna be okay, so we'll plug that back in. The only problem is now it sounds like my battery's getting a little dead. I'm not sure if it's gonna start up. Yeah, it figures, so that didn't work out. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to throw the battery charger on there and we'll have to wait a while. Then we'll have to check out, see if the whole fuel pump's working all right. Alrighty, I've been charging the battery for a little bit there. About 2 hours. We should have enough juice now for it to start. See if we can start sucking some of that gas out of the tank. See if it'll run on it. It should. I feel like we cleaned out pretty good. Actually fired right up for us. All the gas. Gas that's coming out of the tank, that's in the fill filter, looks really clean. I think we are good to go. And after we get like probably run about 10-15 gallons through it, it's just going to keep getting better and better. So I think we are good to go. So that's how you flush out an old fuel tank that's been sitting in the vehicle for about 4 or 5 years or more. Like I say, if you don't get no rust particles or nothing, can just go ahead and clean it out the way I did it. But if you do get a lot of rust and dirt, you're probably most likely not going to be able to do this the way I did it today. You're going to probably have to drop the tank and flush it out. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep driving this, keep running gas through it, and we'll watch that filter. And that filter might get dirty. If it does, we'll just keep swapping it out as we go. So, again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see you.